I finally found a way to get Benjamin to stop eating ice cream.
Fill the freezer with wild game.
No more ice cream for Benny.
Good morning, Ben and Rebecca from His and Hers Alaska, and today we are tying up the loose ends. Yesterday was such a crazy day getting things done that we didn't even pick up the camera. I went around and cleaned the windows and installed decals on the motorhome. We'll show those to you here in a little bit. And Rebecca was doing some work inside.
I cleaned all of the carpets and the upholstery and organized a bunch of cabinets and oh my gosh, I can't even remember everything I did.
Well, a lot of the finishing touches.
A lot of the last little things that had to wait until right before we left.
And then I went and put a fresh coat of Rain-X on the windshield, which is always nice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I put like a double coat of Rain-X on.
Cool.
So, today we are going to do our clothes and move the food in. And
last of the kitchen stuff.
Yeah, last of the kitchen stuff that we want to take because, you know, the motorhome used to have like hand-me-down stuff. You know, like not the best knives are in the motorhome because we got those
in the house.
In the house. So we're gonna go swap out all our good stuff into the motorhome amongst probably a dozen other things that we need to do, and then prepare the inside of the house to be left, and also so it's nice and clean for our house sitter, because house unattended in Alaska is not a good thing because Alaska tends to damage it.
Yes. And I will say, I think we're getting out of here just in time because it is cold out here.
Yeah, winter is definitely coming. It's probably in the mid-30s.
Termination vest on the mountaintops.
Yeah, mid-30s today. And unlike Game of Thrones, winter actually does come in Alaska. You know, we've watched 5 seasons of that show, and I think we're just
always coming.
starting to see winter. In case you're wondering what termination dust is, termination dust is when the snow starts working its way down the mountains because it's always colder at elevation. So I can't remember the name of that mountain behind our house, but it looks gorgeous with the sunrise hitting it. And by the way, it's like 7:45 in the morning right now. So
and the sun is just coming up.
Yeah.
So we're really feeling the change of the season with the light and the cold.
There's just a wee bit of frost on the grass and some really cool looking mushrooms. I don't know squat about mushrooms, so I'm not gonna go eating them. But
I'm texting Kristen to ask what they are.
Yeah, we have a friend that's a mushroom guru.
What kind of mushrooms are these?
You might have seen this one on Facebook yesterday, but we shared a picture of it. It's our new decals, and there's actually a really cool reflection in the window. But yeah, His and Hers Alaska, travel and adventure, the last frontier and beyond, and then our website.
If you missed the video, we were trying to decide on a name for our RV, and we also put it out there on Facebook and decided to go with Nellie after hearing back from everybody. So we've got RV Nellie from Seward, Alaska, cruising down the road here.
And the story behind this is that, yeah, I'm a captain, and boats have their name and home port on the back there on the stern. So RV would actually stand for research vessel, but this means recreational vehicle, and then Seward, Alaska is our home port. Captain has to be true to himself.
Okay, it's getting pretty chilly out here, so we're gonna head inside and we'll show you some of the things we've done in the house too. Our friend Chris from Chris and G Travels has stopped by this morning, and we're gonna visit with him and give a tour of what we've done to the RV this morning.
Yeah, Chris is going to do an interview.
What's going on, guys? It's getting set up here.
Yeah, we're going to be hitting the road within a few days of each other, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to caravan down the Alakan because a few days of schedule differences.
Oh yeah, it's always 1 or 2 days. We're sticking around. We got to finish doing some things here in Seward, and got to finish working for the season.
Yeah, and we got some work next week in Anchorage, and then we got to take time off work for traveling the Alakan.
I'm sure it'll happen in lower 48. I'm sure we can get something figured out.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, we'll pick back up with our video shortly.
Chris just took off. We finished our interview with him, and now we're back to work. We've got quite a bit left to do today before we are ready to leave tomorrow at noon. That is 26 hours away. We're gonna install these little L brackets on here so that they'll actually go up here so I can still open the cupboards or the drawers, but I can be able to open these but leave them up here when we're driving so they don't slide off and break and damage everything inside. We have one of these out in the dining room for our vitamins, and we velcroed it to the table so that it doesn't slide, and I'm going to do the same thing with this now so that my nightstand will be highway ready.
You might hear a little bit of air noise in the background. That's because we have our propane furnace going right now. That's also because it's in the mid-30s outside. So I'm moving on to the utensil drawer. When we first got our motorhome, we kind of took all the hand-me-down mutts and mismatched utensils and brought them out here. But since we're going to be living in this thing for 6 months, the good stuff from the house is coming in. Here's our knives, and it is a mutt collection of a couple fillet knives and a chef's knife. And this has got to be the world's worst, let me open it up, bread knife ever. It is dangerously sharp, but it can't cut a loaf of bread. You destroy the bread when you use it. So this thing is not going to be brought on the trip. I'm hoping that I just fixed a problem on the GPS navigation. Going down the highway, this thing would just be shaking anytime you didn't have like a perfectly smooth road. And it's not coming from right here. That's not moving at all. It's the length of this arm that magnifies every rattle. So what I did, we'll let that zoom in there, is I went and found a little rubber plumbing piece at the hardware store. I just walked up and down the aisles until I found something I thought would work, and I wedged it in there with a little bit of the adhesive tape from the command hooks.
Okay, my little helper and I are finished. The drawers are now in place. The little L brackets work perfectly, and I velcroed this down and cleaned out my drawer. So now I just have to do the cabinet up here.
We forgot about something that we have to do today. We knew we had to do it, but we forgot that we really should be doing it right away in the morning. And we need to go through our fridges and freezers and consolidate the space and turn off the ones that can be turned off. And also, if we're not going to be home for 6 months, we do have a house sitter, but she's probably not going to be eating some of our stuff. So there's going to be things that need to go to the dump and be thrown away. And sadly, we don't have chickens anymore, so chickens can't dispose of that stuff. We're so used to giving our veggie scraps and stuff like that to the chickens.
I keep going to throw the veggie scraps in the bowl on the counter, and it's not there.
Yep. All right, we're going inside now.
Ta-da! There's fish on the top. We've got salmon and halibut, razor clams, and
we just tried to bring a variety of everything, and we talked about, would we rather be able to fit ice cream in the freezer or store-bought organic chicken or our wild game. So this is full of wild game, and we want to see how much we can fit into the freezer.
We also agreed that we would do more of the meat than the fish, because you can generally find wild-caught fish in the lower 48 easier than you can moose and caribou and elk and stuff like that. So the box is empty. There's nothing left on the couch where we organized it all. It's all in here. And you can see
there's room to spare.
We have room to spare.
We're gonna go get some more meat. Who wants to come over for dinner? This is pretty sweet. We wanted to get a chest freezer, and we are still gonna get a chest freezer or a whole nother RV with like a full-blown freezer. But in the meantime, we probably have about definitely 20 to 30, definitely a solid 20 pounds of meat in here. And we made a food drop in San Diego, California. We sent my dad home with a freezer box with a variety pack of our meats. So when we get to San Diego, which is roughly going to be about 3.5 months into our road trip, we're going to be flush with wild game again. So screw the store-bought meat.
I finally found a way to get Benjamin to stop eating ice cream.
fill the freezer with wild game.
No more ice cream for Benny.
Hey guys, it's the end of the day. We got a lot done. We got a great interview done with Chris.
We did.
That's going to be awesome to share with his audience, and just then bring us some new audience, which is wonderful. And we shared a few different video ideas that we might work on during the road trip around the country this winter. And friends stopped by to say goodbye, and we have been just going non-stop for over 12 hours. I'm done.
Me too.
And this video is now over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you follow our North American road trip and give
us
it
a
a
thumbs
thumbs up. Good night.
Bye.